There's no telling. Tight lips. There's no telling what she might say. Ooh.
With the Val comedian.
What's up? Hey y'all, hey. I know, 2 minutes late. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I had to hurry. I was planning on doing talking about this yesterday, and I was busy with stuff around my house. Didn't get a chance to, so I said let me hurry up and get this done before running to the next day, and then I have some more stuff I got to do, which I didn't get that done. But so I was looking and I was watching some stuff on the internet, and I seen some stuff talking about Wendy Williams was gonna quit, whatever, something like that, whatever, take a break. So it was a lot of questions about, do you think that she should take a break? So I want to talk about it. Now, before I get all started too, I apologize for the 2 minutes being late. Let me speak to my folks. Hello, Hennessy, the Black Rose. Hello, Corrine. Thank y'all for waiting. So I know, like me, you guys been hearing a lot of things about Wendy Williams quitting and stuff, or taking a break, or whatever have you. Whatever it may be. I just want to know what everybody's outlook on that, because speaking to just her whole demeanor about herself when I went to her show in December 2019, it was pretty interesting meeting her. You know how anytime you meet anybody that's doing anything that you can see publicly versus meeting them in person, a lot of times it's different, because you got to act a certain way on TV. You got to act a certain way when you're performing, whether that be singing, being a comedian, dancing, acting. You're a different person when you're doing that role versus your life role. So I just seen a little different her. We had a talk. And matter of fact, I'm going to post that again, because I posted that before. We had a talk after the show's over, and because I was supposed to be the first person to ask Wendy question, but we ran out of time. So we ran out of time, but she still wants to talk about it, because we was going to talk about lymphedema. For the ones that don't know, I do have lymphedema too in my legs, so I understood where she was coming from. And believe it or not, guess what? I hate to admit it. I'm glad she didn't put me on a Fall of Fame, but I failed at her show. I fell coming down the stairs, because I was supposed to be going downstairs to go over the questions, because they really prepare you for the stuff, because they want to make sure that you don't say anything crazy when they put you on there. So since I was the first one that they're supposed to ask the question to, I sat in my seat, but then I had to come closer, so she didn't have to go so far to ask me the question. But we ran out of time. So me and her talked after the show, which I will post later. After this is over, I'll post it later. It was pretty interesting talking to her. She gave me a tip about being a comedian and about addressing the questions about lymphedema, which was a good comment that she made. Okay. Let me see what these statements are before I start getting into this. Okay. So Hennessy, the Black Rose, said, hey. Okay. Hey, girl. Hey. Corrine said, hey. Okay. She says, Hennessy said, what's up, everyone? Okay. Hennessy says she needs to go get healthy. She's broken down right now. Yeah. To a point. Yeah. Before I go, let's see. Let me read this, because that kind of go together what you said. Her spirit is broken as a woman. Okay. All right. We all entitled to that. I'm going to say this. A lot of times when it comes to breakups, a lot of times people are like, I'm good. But a lot of times we're not good. Okay. A lot of times we're not good, and we pretend like we're good, and we're not good. So when you're not good, come on, y'all. Just say you're not good. It ain't easy for anybody, especially when you spend some time with somebody. Sometimes people's like, oh, they didn't spend enough time together. But it don't matter how long anybody spend with you. If you spend some time with somebody and you have a connection there, and that connection you have grown onto in some way or another, it's your choice. it's just to see how serious that relationship is. Some people stay together for 10 years and still don't know each other. So it's your choice how you want to handle that. But at the same time, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. But if you are, admit you're hurting. That's all I'm saying. Admit that you're hurting. Don't be afraid or ashamed, especially ashamed. Don't be ashamed to say that you're hurting. That's all I'm gonna say. Because it is what it is. You can't sorry about that, y'all. You can't change how somebody's perspective of you are, but at the same time, don't be afraid to admit that you're hurting. If you're hurting, you hurting. Okay? If you need to get some help on the hurt, get some help on the hurt. Ain't nothing wrong with getting some help on the hurt. You know what I'm saying? Do me a favor. Everyone, do me a favor. Click on the subscribe button. Do me a favor and subscribe. Click on the like button before you get a chance. We live on YouTube. Make sure that you come over here and check us out. We're talking about the Wendy Williams show, and just getting your perspective on what's going down. Getting a perspective on when you hurt. When they say, sometimes they say hurt people, but it's not always that true. You had a job to do, and she was doing a job of accommodating on things that's going on in the world. So sometimes she did it nicely, sometimes she didn't. Okay. So at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Get your perspective on it, because it's not an easy job to do. No job is like too easy. Sometimes we do the same job so many times that we find it easier to do, but it doesn't mean that it's an easy job to do. All right. So catch us up on YouTube, you guys. Let me get off of here and we're gonna go here. Anyway, I'm sorry, 1 second. Let me share this, telling folks that we heal. We heal. Okay. It's not an easy thing to do when you're going through a separation of any kind. And like you said, sometimes time heals everything sometimes. And sometimes some people just need time. So I agree with you on that. I'm not saying how hurt somebody is, because only that person knows. And only that person knows if that person is faking about being all right too. Because 9 out of 10 times you're not all right. I don't care what nobody say. They say they all right. 9 out of 10 times they not all right. All right. So let's just remember that. Let's just remember that. Okay. 1 second. I'm so sorry. When you're trying to multitask and doing it all yourself, child, it could be something else. You know what I'm saying? It could be something else. Let me put this in. I'm sorry. Close that out. Okay. Let me play this really quick so I can get off of here, because I want to focus on what I'm talking about. All right. Now I can focus on what I was talking about. So I agree with you when you said that, maybe some time is needed. She said that when she decides that she wants to stop, she's going to stop when she want to stop, when she doesn't feel the need to do it anymore. So I think she's been pushing herself for a long time, but at the same time, it looks like that she's pushing herself to be accepted, to have a relationship after relationship. And, there's guidelines that people always go by when it goes to having a relationship after relationship. It's like, I always want to upgrade. I don't want to downgrade and all that other stuff, but it's not about upgrading and downgrade. It's upping yourself. So upgrade yourself as far as your spirits go, and whoever's meant for you will be meant for you. It doesn't mean that they're better than the next person, because if that's the case, some people would never move on, because just because you left something don't mean it was the best. It was not the best. It could have been the best, but not the best for you. So that's my outlook on that. Okay. Let me see what else you got to say here. Okay. Let's see. Where did I leave off at? Okay. Her spirit is broken for me. Okay. So Corrine says, I think it's time for Wendy to think about Wendy and get herself together. Yeah. Maybe she needs some time off. Exactly. All right, Corrine. That's the same thing I was saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not saying that she a done deal. She needs some time off. You take a break. You've been doing this for all these years, you know what I'm saying? And you need to take a break. Okay. You went through a lot of trauma things in your life. I mean, it's not that she just did one thing. She went through a couple things. You know what I'm saying? You went through the breakup of having your son in the house with you every day. You know, your son going to college. You had a huge breakup with your husband. You know, your husband. Then it was embarrassing because he had a kid by somebody else. He's still with that person, and he seems to be happy. You had to come real big out the pocket. So those things can add up to any relationship, whether it's a woman or a man. Those things can add up. And when those things add up, it could be a whole different situation. Hey, girl. Hey, Kim. Okay. So Hennessy, the Black Rose says karma is a big part of. Okay, yeah. But at the same time, don't forget though. You know, she's doing her job. You know, she's doing a job. I'm not saying the way she did it was always agreeable, but she was doing her job. She was doing the job that kept everybody coming back looking. You know, I don't agree with the way she did it all the time. You know, I said she was pretty messy, but that's what she said she got paid for. So some people do anything for a check. Okay, let's see. Period. Hurt is hurt. Okay, that's right. Okay. Hennessy says, oh, here we go. Okay, I just got home. Go Val. Multitasking. I'm trying to multitask too for a minute there. I was trying. Okay, let's see. What does Corrine says? Corrine says Wendy needs to learn how to be single and happy. Yeah, Corrine, God, girl, I'm loving you today. All right, so Corrine, I am totally with you. Me and Wendy are the same age, and I know for a fact that you get to an age and you get to a stand in your life, you're not trying to please what other people think about you. You have to please the man above, and you have to please yourself, because if you're not happy with yourself, you can't make nobody else happy. So come on now. You know what I'm saying? You go, girl. All right. Miss Amanda says, hey, Val, I'm late. Girl, don't worry about it. You know, you got here. I'm just glad you got here. Okay. Hennessy says her mama died, and that's right, as well. Her mother passed away. That was a big thing too. That's why I said it's not just one thing. I think it's several things. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what Hennessy says here too. Trying to get you a thing, Hennessy. Okay, Hennessy. So it says, I know she got a job. I know she got a job to do. It's not the fact that she's had a job to do with how she, well, yeah, I guess, but how she did it is why I called it karma, because she was nasty to a lot of people and rude. I just said that. You know, I just said how you do it is how you do it, but that's, you know, that's just the way you do it. But regardless of how she did it or whatever, I still wouldn't wish the pain that I see she going through on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't wish that pain on nobody. To lose a parent, I can tell you one thing. It took me 6 years not to cry when I went to my dad's grave. So, her mother's still fresh. That's all I say. And 9 out of 10 most time, your mother is closer to you than your dad. So just take it for what it is. Okay. Take it for what it is. That's all I'm trying to say. Take it for what it is. Another thing I want to say when it comes to her, I want to, let me speak on something too. I need to address something too, because you know how they say elephant in the room. My last show that I had, the sit down, which I do with Gio Malik every Friday. We take turns on each other's page and do it. We do that for fun. It turned out some questions was asked of me at the end, and I'm gonna address them. If you ask me, I'm gonna address them. I don't run from no question. If I don't want to answer, I say I don't want to answer. But if I answer it, I answer it. This is my page, and I address and answer anything I want to address on here. So when someone comes on my comments and make comments afterwards telling me about explain this, explain that, I don't have to explain nothing. And I'm trying to clean it up and say it nicely. I don't have to explain nothing. Okay. When you ask me about and I say somebody lied on something, I don't have no reason to lie on anybody. And I don't have no reason to lie. I'm a grown woman. Okay. And I can stand behind anything I say, anything I do. So when somebody say explain which lie, it'd be easier for me to tell you who you didn't lie on than to tell you who you lied on. All right. And you can take that however you want to take it. Okay. Run with it, jump with it, play with it. Just don't play with me. Pray with me. Don't play with me. I meant that. All righty now. So back to Wendy. Let me explain something about lymphedema. Lymphedema is the reason why I keep focusing on lymphedema, because like I said, I'm talking about something I know about. My hair sticking out. I don't know why my hair is sticking out right here. Sorry, y'all. That's bothering me. I'm talking about something I know about due to the fact that when you wake up every morning, you don't even know what shoes you're going to wear. Well, if you really have lymphedema really bad, like I do too, you don't know what shoes you're going to wear, because the simple fact is you don't know what shoes that your feet are going to be able to fit in. You can buy lymphedema shoes, and that's when you go into the D and the E and F width. Okay, we're going to some wide width because your feet are swole. Then sometime later on in the day, your feet might be swole at the beginning of the day, but then your feet are not as swole later. So now your feet kind of flopping in your shoes. So it's a lot of different situations that you go through. So when I went to her studio and I was coming down to go in the back room, I had to go in the back room right beside her dress room. And when I was getting ready to go down there, when they called me down, I was coming down and I called myself, I had some wedges on because I was trying to be cute. I had some wedges on, and I came down. I got almost to the ends, like the third one. I mismeasured because, like she said, your equilibrium is off when you have lymphedema. So my equilibrium was off a little bit, so I fell. So I fell. Glad I didn't hurt myself. Glad they didn't put it up there and show everybody, but I did fall. So I understand why when she's walking around her studio, why people was holding her arm, like she had somebody holding her arm, or she'd be sitting down before she get there, because sometimes people look like something. I'm not that bad when I look like I'm stumping, but it look like something like my knee or something, my leg or my hip is hurting. And I have been asked that several times, but at the same time, you get tired of explaining it. It's painful. It's painful. Like I said, I'm going to post the conversation that we had afterwards, talking about the lymphedema machine. The lymphedema machine is aggravating because you have to sit there in the same position for an hour. Okay, for an hour, let that thing run. Some machines got better now, so they're a little quieter, but back then the one I have is loud, so you got to turn the TV up because it's loud. Mine goes all the way to my groin area on both legs. And now since COVID happened, my legs are swollen, so it's hard to get my legs in both of them. So thighs, girl, killer thighs. So it's a little difficult. But what it does is it squeezes your legs and it helps your blood circulation in your legs. So it squeezes your legs, it goes up, the pressure goes from your feet all the way up to your groin area. Then it goes all the way back down, squeezing it. Then it goes in, squeezing it. Then it goes out, expanding out. So it does that back and forth to help your circulation in your leg. That's what I was trying to explain to somebody about. I don't know if she had any blood clots. I did. I had a blood clot in each leg. So when you have a blood clot in any vein, it can damage your vein. So when it damages your vein, the circulation in that vein might not never be the same. Sad but true. Okay. So that's what I'm not trying to say have sympathy for her. I'm just saying at the same time, maybe you can understand from someone else's perspective of why does she talk about that so much, because it really is, it's not just a little thing. It's a life thing. And I've been dealing with it for over 30 years. Okay. So I know what she's talking about. And I thought it was like, so, it's okay. And then every year it's like, this ain't went away yet. It never goes away. Okay. And let me see what Corinne says. Okay. So Corinne says, and that's what I tell my children. And it was the best advice my father gave me. Always have some business to your own. Do you? You hitting it hard today, ain't you? Go on, Corinne. All right. I'm sorry. I got behind talking that. I had to say my part. DJ Boo said it best. He never badmouthed her. He said, just keep watching and look at it all unfold. And okay, let's say that because you'll see the thing I posted. I put DJ Booth in there because he was there when I went. Now, I will say this. How to say this? Even though I seen people catering to her, I mean really catering to her, most times when you are the center of attention, headliner, the star, the point is everybody, not everybody, excuse me, I'm sorry, let me change that word, not to say everybody. A lot of people will alter their actions because of your position. That's the way of saying it. Yeah. They alter their actions because of your position. Because sometimes some people's ego is so big with certain situation, their position, that they'll fire people on the dime. I was in a position where when I worked in a hotel, it was a president that we had. He fired somebody just because she spelled his name wrong. She spelled 2 letters. She flip-flopped 2 letters. He fired her. I mean, just some people get into the thing that they think that they're so much better than everybody, that their position is so high off and you're just so beneath them that they treat you wrong. So I'm not saying that you treat everybody right. All I'm saying is people was on the little, you can see he was too, though. Come on, let's be real. You can see he was too. And then why was you catering, bringing her food anytime she said, bring me some food? Was that all you was bringing? Okay. But you had your own family to attend to, but you was doing all that. But then the thing is still, people still want to know what you got fired for. And you say you didn't get fired, and they say you got fired. So did you get fired? Did you not get fired? I mean, did you leave? What you leave for? I mean, those are things that people want to know too. So when he say stuff, yeah, you ain't gonna say it all. Okay. All righty then. Okay. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Hey Val. Hey, happy to be happy. Hey, cause I'm happy. All right. Okay. Facts Val. Thank you. Thank you for the support, Miss Amanda. Okay. That's right, Val. All righty. Okay. I love your makeup and hair, by the way. Oh, thank you. It was a rush job. I'm mad at myself. My hands are still ashy. I jumped out the shower so fast trying to rush. Okay, let me see. What you saying here? Hensy Black Rose. I forgot about her dad has elements as well. Where are my glasses at? Oh, okay. Let me make sure they're clean. Okay, elements as well. I guess you meant to say Aunt Tommy, her brother, is not making it better. Well, you know what? I'm gonna say something about my feelings on Tommy. We all have family members that we wish would not say some things. We have friends that we wish would not say some things. Okay? We do. But at the same time, Tommy said some things that, this piece of hair right here is driving me crazy. Tommy said some things that don't sound too cool sometimes. And then he's 1 minute he taking up for her, then the next minute he talking about her. So, I guess that's what family do, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, come on now, to me, he does whatever lane he need to do for attention. It is what it is. That must be hard. Okay. I think putting a show together every day is hard. I don't care if you do have people working for you. It's still whatever happens on that show is her responsibility. So at the same time, she has to take blame for everything that's done. So of course, you try to make sure everything is in the way that you want it done. Just like on YouTube. I take responsibility for being 2 minutes late. That's on me. I can't say it was on nobody else, even though it was my daughter's fault for bringing me some pizza. But it is what it is. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do this too. Y'all had forgot to tell me last time. Okay, let's see. I'm going to put this on here too, just in case somebody want to come up and talk about it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I forgot to put it up there, just in case you want to come. Okay. All right. Let me catch up on these messages. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up. Okay. Hey, Hector, baby. Let's see. What does she say here? I love Wendy. She's a go-getter. And okay, that's true. She is. Okay. Well, let me roll back down sorry, I missed somebody. Okay. Let's be hard. I appreciate. Okay. So happy to be happy. Say I appreciate and applaud you and Wendy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I like I said, look on my pages. I'm going to post the conversation that we had afterwards. We talked about it and talked about, when you're in the limelight and people are looking at how you address it when people say something to you. It's pretty interesting. It's a little quick conversation we had. It's so crazy because she said we can take pictures and stuff at the end. And I had my phone, and instead of me, she asked where was I at, and I was like, oh, I'm right here. And so then I was trying to adjust my phone to turn the camera the other way. I was like, oh, well, forget it, because she's talking to me, and I don't want to act like I was ignoring. So I have the phone on, and it's in my lap, and all you see is my pants leg, and you hear us both talking. But okay, it's all right. Okay, let's see. Val, may I ask a question, please? Sure, ask a question. You can ask whatever you want to ask. It's up to me if I answer. So, go ahead and ask the question. Let me see. I'm okay. Miss Amanda. Okay. I'm glad you explained it. I never knew it was so bad. Yes, it is. I just bought some work shoes 2 months ago, and they got wet when I have my flood in my house, because I take my clothes off and my work stuff when I come in the garage, through the garage in the washroom, so I can leave that stuff in there. I don't have to worry about spreading nothing in my house. So I do that. But I just had bought those shoes. Those shoes cost me $145. Okay. We're talking about $145 shoes. You know what I'm saying? So that's one pair of shoes. So you might pay that amount for some heels or something, but just imagine you got to have that for work. The reason why I buy those shoes is called, and I don't even want to say the company name. Well, I guess I could say, because it might help somebody else. So it's not that I'm promoting this company. I'm just saying this might help somebody else. The Ortho Feet and Mr. Comfort. Okay. They have 7 layers in their shoes. So the 7 layers in their shoes as a foam one, a memory foam, a gel insert. So it has 7 different layers. So that's why it's but it doesn't look thick on the outside. So you would know that all those things are in the inside, because those things are made to help our feet be comfortable. Because sometimes it's not that you're just when your feet swell that hurts. Sometimes the swelling goes so much that you have no room for the swelling to go. So it goes through, when it goes to your toes expand. And when your toes expand like that, my hand's actually, sorry. When your toes expand, there's no room for it to go. So then that's when it really hurts. So you need those shoes, so that's where it goes. Okay. So let's see what he said. Okay. Hennessy said, I love Wendy. She's a go-getter. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that one. Hey, Val. Hey, Hector. Hey. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Because he was her man. Okay. All right. Okay. Another thing too, you guys don't forget, when somebody talking about somebody, always talking about what you would do if that was my man. Oh, what you do if that was my man. Then all of a sudden when it happens to you, you're like, oh, dang, snap. And then you don't really want to take your own advice, because now you don't want to take your own advice, but that ain't what you told everybody else. So you looked at, you judged. Okay. All right. Hennessy said, it's not what he says for me. If what he does, how he keep throwing a daddy on camera on his YouTube page, and he do not look well. I stopped watching him. He was too corny for me. Okay. I was on there when he first started his channel, when he was asking for names, and I was sticking out names, and he was, anyway, long. Anyway, okay. Happy to be happy says, can you see yourself going on Sherelle's World? I see you as a valuable to inform others. Oh, no. Okay, let me clear that up too. I talk with Sherelle and I talk with Perry. We good. We good. I said that before, but people misunderstand and run with stuff. I said that before. I said, because she didn't know. She's like, Val, I didn't know we had nothing. I'm like, we don't, because we don't have nothing. We good. Other people run her channel, not just her. And she didn't know that it was unfollow stuff. It's follow me, don't follow me. That really ain't no big old deal to me. It really ain't. It's just like I said, when I say I treat people the same way I treat them, I have nothing against nobody who's doing their own thing. I don't have time to watch other people's stuff, how they move, when they move, what they move on. I can't watch everybody's stuff. Even though I support a lot of people, I can't watch everything that they do. I can't. And even if I could, I'm not, because that means I have no life to live. I have another life besides YouTube. So I'm not going to focus my whole life on that. So me and Sherelle are good. I got love for her. As far as I know, she got love for me too. So we good. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I might talk to her about that though. See, but one thing, let me say this one thing too. So just in case that don't happen, that don't come through. When you not see me on Sherelle stuff, that doesn't mean that I don't support her, or that doesn't mean that I don't want to work with her. That means that I don't want to obligate myself to be tied down to a certain time every week or whatever to do her stuff. Her stuff comes first to her, and my stuff comes first to me. So I don't mind going on there when I can. I just don't want to be obligated to be tied down to anybody's show every week. Only person show I want to be tied down to is my own. And that's enough. All right, so let's see right here. Getting up and going to work every day is damn hard. Girl, you ain't kidding, okay? Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, who was that? Who asked me that question? Maybe that's the question you wanted to ask me. Let's see. Oh, that was Happy. Okay, was that the question that you wanted to ask me about, Happy? I think that's the question you wanted to ask me about being on Sherelle's show. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. Well, I hope I answered that for you. Okay. Let's see. Hennessy says, I have some of those slippers. You're very comfortable. See, mine are slippers. Mine are, they look like they're high top. They look like high top tennis shoes or high top boots. You know what I'm saying? That's what they look like. I have those too. I have several. Like I said, I've been dealing with this a long time. Is it made to order? No, it's not made to order. You go on there and you tell them about it. Last time I went to the foot doctor when COVID was finally lightening up, and that was a couple months ago. It's been almost 6 months now. I went to the foot doctor. When I went to the foot doctor, just went on some things, and he's like, well, you're doing everything, nothing else you could do. He gave me a couple of different exercises, because you have to try to exercise to try to, use your muscles, so as far as your feet go. One of the exercises that he told me about that nobody never told me this one. This was something new. He said, take a water bottle, a frozen water bottle, and put them one under each foot and roll them. Now, they do give you these other things to roll under your feet to help your arch in your feet, because at first my arch used to fall and used to hurt so bad. So he said use the frozen water bottles, and while you're watching TV, just roll them under your feet. That helps some. That helps some. Okay, so Hensy says compression and what does it say? TT. It look like you got TT. Where is my glasses at? Y'all gonna talk about me? Like, put them glasses on. Okay, let's see. TT hose, they go from your thigh past it. Oh, okay, let me tell you something. I have all those. I have toe out, toe in. I have the ones that have been measured for my legs. Like I said, don't forget your legs change. Okay. I have thigh high. I have knee high. I have the ones that the pantyhose, which I can't stand, because the pantyhose is never made for everybody. Okay, because if I get the pantyhose to adjust to the ass and the thighs, then all of a sudden it's too big in the leg part at the bottom, because nobody's straight. Some people are. I'm not. I'm curvy. So even when I was thin, I still was curvy. So those stockings are made for straight. So if you fit your legs fine, then it get to your butt, it's squeezing your butt so hard, they used to drive me crazy. I still have them. I have them in all colors, honey. Okay. Because they mostly come in the 4 colors. If you get coffee once in a while, you're doing good, but they don't hardly have coffee. But you got to realize, one time I got measured for some of the socks, and by the time I was one sock, because at first it was just one leg was acting up. So when I went to go try it on, it was not fitting right. So, and I had lotion on my foot. So when he tried it on, it's custom made. They did the measurements, but their measurements was off. So now when I come in there, it's fitting differently, and now he's mad because it fits differently, and you still want me to pay for it. So my copay on it was $200. $200. Oh no, I'm sorry. My copay was $100. And no, my copay, because I remember my copay was more than the sock. Okay, so the sock, if I bought the sock was $100. My copay was $200. So he wanted me to do that, and I said, why would I pay more for the copay than I do for the sock? Just send me the sock. No, we can't do it. I had to go through insurance. So we got into this big old beef about it. So it was a company I don't want to deal with anymore. Okay, so you just buy. Okay, honey, I know about buying. Okay, let me see. Corrine says, honey, I know about buying good work shoes, but that on that claim. Okay. All right. Okay. Hennessy says what here? Yeah, I had to stop watching. I feel like he was he was exploding the dad. Yeah, I felt the same thing. But because he kept saying, Dad, Dad, what you have for dinner, Dad? Dad, you ate, Dad? I mean, it wasn't something that was entertaining to me. It was boring. Okay. No, that's not my feelings here. Okay. Not too sure. Okay. Okay, let me see what you're saying here. I am interested in seeing you reach others like a flash. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Happy to be happy. I appreciate that. Okay. I also want to especially thank the people who assisted since we talked the other day, since we talked Friday about watching my playlist. I can see that you have been watching that, and the hours have been added up, and I see on there. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching again some more time in. I appreciate all the thumbs up. I appreciate the new subscribers. So trust me, I can't get to everyone that has some, that say something or do something, but I totally appreciate everything that you do. Even by being here now, I appreciate it. Okay, let's see. Because I talked and then I had to go back up. Okay, did I read this one? Okay, let's see. Hennessy, this is why I do not look at social media every day. It does not run my life. Oh, amen, honey. Okay, I don't give a damn about it. I can't do about it. I can't to see some words missing there. Can't to see people that I like, and that's enough for me. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, what you could say in here. I'm sorry. Let me see that. Okay, I see that for myself too. Yeah, okay. I come watch when I feel like it. Amen. That's what I'm saying. Watch when you feel like it. When you don't feel like watching, don't watch. Okay. Okay. It's called entertainment, people. Entertain yourself. If you're not entertained, move on. Okay. I'm shy, face-wise. Okay, I got you. No problem. Okay. Probably cute as all outdoors, but okay. All right. Let's see. I know the brand very well. I have a whole catalog right here. Okay, there you go. Everybody, see, that's another thing. People need to learn when people say, I'm protecting my brand, because I protect my brand. I'm not insulting anybody when I go and protect my brand. It's my brand to protect. Nobody's going to protect your brand better than you. So when someone gets offended over something that's being done or said about their brand, hey, that's their brand. They choose which direction they want their brand to be portrayed as. Don't get upset. That's their brand. Do your brand. They do theirs. Okay. You have another question? Go ahead. You good? Let's see what's here. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to send you a picture of your Instagram. I had double. Okay. You're going to DM it to me? Okay. I had double feet surgery. Oh, after my dad passed, I had surgery on my knee. Even the doctor told me, after my dad passed, because my dad last 4 months, he was in a wheelchair and Dad saw. So I had to pick him up and put him on the table for radiation, had to pick him up and put him in, I had to pick him up all the time, and pick him up for chemo, and put him in a chair for chemo and all that stuff. Because see, they don't want to hurt the person, so they don't want to be responsible if that person get hurt when they're moving them. So they asked the family member to do it. So I used to do it. So because I'm the one who was taking them to the doctor every day. So anyway, when I had knee surgery after he passed away, the doctor asked me, "How was you picking your dad up?" I said, "By the grace of God." Because I had a torn meniscus in both knees. So I had one of them had surgery on, never got surgery on the other one. Because I was like, it ain't hurt that bad. I'm scared. I don't want to, but I really wanted to see how the first one act before I would get it done on the other one. So and it's just now starting to act back up again. It's been 6 years. So people was like saying it don't work. It did work at first. I felt like I had a new knee. I was like, I was back wearing, little heels and stuff, but but I'm not going to be getting cut on every 5 years. That's for sure. Let's see. I'm going to see. Okay. Just going to ask you about that. Okay. Okay, Corinne, what was you going to ask me about? I'm not too sure. But anyway, okay. So let me get back to what I want to say too about that. Another thing I want to say too about when it comes to Wendy is that me, myself, I find it a little difficult when people talk so sharp about other folks. And when I say talk so sharp about other folks, they talk so sharp that I'll bring you up. Hey, how are you?
Great. You're my first person I'm doing this with. Thank you.
Okay, you're so welcome. No, thank you for coming up. I want to tell you one thing, Happy. I want to tell everybody else the same thing. If you ever want to come up to anybody's channel when they put the stream up there, you do not most of the people now want you to show your face.
Okay.
But now let's say that if you came up again in my backstage and you wanted to come up and you didn't want to show your face, you don't have to now. I know who you are now. And you can always push on there where the camera part is, push on there to click it off, and you'll come on. And then whatever your photo is on your thing, that's what shows. Okay. Hello.
Okay.
You turned off mic too. You can turn off the picture. You can turn off picture. You can turn off mic, or you can turn off both. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So how you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much. I've always admired you, Val.
Thank you. So, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I am not. I don't keep notes on any kind of conflict really, because if I pay my energy to conflict, then it takes over, and I don't like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But now that I have you on, so I learned today, because my Halloween costume is looking at me, and I want to wear these nice pumps, not red bottom, but they're red, and they got a chunk heel, so I know I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I looked up today, and they suggest that I put lidocaine on the bottoms of my feet to walk in heels.
Mm-hmm.
That was my little tidbit to share. That was it.
And guess what? I heard of that before, but I use this stuff, and I wish I could have time to go get it. It's green. It's dealing, and I ordered you can get it off Amazon too. I ordered off Amazon because I used to order it for my grandmother too before she passed away, because I heard about it. It's oh my God, it's a herbal thing. It's like hemp. It's a hemp.
Yes.
And it's so funny. But check this out. Guess what? When I went to Wendy Williams' show in 2019, I gave her a jar of it. So I gave her a jar. I brought her a gift bag. I gave her the jar of the hemp, and I gave her a card. Told her that I like her show. Like what she's going for. And I said, this is what I found that helps me with my lymphedema, and I gave it to her. And then she did thank me for the gift. Mm-hmm.
See.
Yeah.
Well,
but the hemp is the hemp is an ointment that goes into your joints, but it goes deeper than the lanacane and stuff.
Gotcha. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So once in a while though, but it only takes a little piece of it. So at first I used to use freeze, what it's called, freeze something. I used to use that.
BioFreeze.
BioFreeze used to work for me for a good while. Then it got to me that BioFreeze wasn't working. So then I started using Voltaren. You know what that is? The Voltaren?
Yes.
But see, back then, Voltaren, you had to have a prescription to get Voltaren.
Right.
So now today, you don't have to have a prescription to get Voltaren. Right. So it's different now. But like I say, even though the Voltaren is supposed to be even the best one, the hemp works better on me than the Voltaren.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna go to, the corner store over here in San Francisco, and every corner store, and get some hemp oil for my toes.
Oh, okay. But you know what? I do that too. The thing is too, what you do have to watch out for, because it's the moisture from that. When you put on socks, you got to make sure that you when you take your socks off, that you make sure that you wash real good in between each one of your toes, because that's how you get the athlete feet.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, we can talk all night about a whole lot of stuff. I can tell, but
I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. And
thank you.
And I didn't know who you were when you said about the question. I didn't know. I was like, man and woman, I don't know. But anyway, when you said about ask a question, I have no problem with any question. If it's a question that I feel that could run to a different lane, I just won't answer it. But it's not to be disrespectful to anybody, but sometimes I have to protect other people's feelings. You know how that goes.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I will definitely rewind this live and watch all this great TV first time.
Okay.
So
may I ask where are you from?
Oakland.
Oakland.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I just went out to Oakland a couple months ago.
East Oakland. Did you play at the Pleasanton place?
No, I went to support some more at Tommy T's in Oakland.
Yeah, she was at Pleasanton. I remember that.
Yeah,
I do.
I went there, and guess what? And see, I went there, and my lymphedema had flared up when I got off the plane. So it flared up when I got off the plane. I could barely walk. So while I was there, I went to 2 of her shows. But while I was there, I basically stayed in my room. But while I went to CVS, and then I went to Walgreens, I had to get some stuff for my knees and some wraps for my ankle, because they was really hurting. So when I get to the airport, TSA, they pull me to the side because they got to pat down to make sure I'm not covering nothing in the wrap that I have. But, I tell them, I say, hey, I got lymphedema, so you can go ahead. So, but they want to make sure I'm not, smuggling nothing. So, like I said, you never know where it's going to flare up at. You never know.
Exactly. But now you have a contact who's in the healthcare field. So please, let me know when you're coming, and I will plan around that. Okay. Just because you never know.
Okay.
When you have that kind of issue, you got to have little support people in different areas.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime.
Okay. Thank you for the support.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I think I'm following you on Instagram, so I'll just DM you my number.
Okay, go ahead. All my stuff is the same. Everything is Oval Comedian, so everything is the same.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All righty. That was a nice conversation. Okay. Let's see what Hennessy said. Okay, Hennessy says, I felt bad last show. I had not watched the show yet. Love After Lockup. I see why you said what you said to distance from Deontay just said. Okay, so now you understand what I said. It's nothing against him. I wish him the best. I still think there's hope. Keep hope alive. Whatever we want to say. I just saying that I just had to distance myself to a certain degree. Okay. To a certain degree, I had to distance myself. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Okay. All right. So let me say this still too. Back when I wanted to just talk about the show, one thing I do want to say about the show, it's a very strategic. It's just I know I shouldn't say that either. They're doing a lot, and they're trying to combine a lot in a short amount of time. Okay, because like when I went, it was a Friday. So what they do on Fridays, they do 2 shows. And when they do 2 shows, they do a real early show and then they do a later show. But they do 2 shows because they don't one show they do. Wait, I'm sorry. Bag up. They do 2 shows on Thursday because they don't work on Friday. So they do Friday show Thursday. Okay. At that time they did. Met DJ Booth. He was nice and everything else, met what's the lady name that does the crowd work? Somebody help me. What's her name that does the crowd? I posted a picture of her in the thing I did. Suzanne and her husband, I met them after the show, and we were all going to the subway. So I met Suzanne and her husband afterwards, and they were so nice. And it was like, and even Suzanne's like, "Oh, that's too bad that you didn't get to ask Wendy that on camera because, you guys had a good conversation about that because that really got her attention. That's something she's dealing with too." And I said, "Yeah, So I remember when I first stopped wearing an 8.5 and went to a 9. I thought it was the end of the world. Like, oh my God, my feet get so big. And when it first started, one of my feet would swell up more than the other one. So I would sneak and I would switch shoes. I would buy a pair of shoes and one of them was, 9, one of them was 8.5, I gotta be honest. I did do that. It's shameful, but I did it. I couldn't afford to be buying no 2 pair of shoes then. Shoot. I was like, shh. So I learned how to get around it, how to make adjustments for the other shoe. And then Miss Lane, they caught up with each other. They both swell up. So, how do you get on the screen with me? I'm gonna post a link, and what you do when I post a link is that you click on there, and when you click on there, it's going to take you to the backstage. And once you get on the backstage, then I'll pull you up. So sometime if you get on there too, I don't know what people are on. Sometimes you have to close your YouTube and just stay on StreamYard, because if you have your YouTube open and your StreamYard, sometimes there'll be an echo. So if it happens to be an echo, that's the thing that's going on. And you're more than welcome to. Let me see. Oh, Bonnie, you're so welcome. So Bonnie says, thank you for sharing your experience. You're welcome. And I hate to keep talking about it all the time because it's not that I'm ashamed of it. It's just the fact that it seems like I'm defending her all the time with it because I personally know how it feels. My thing is I'm going to show you what we talked about. I talked about okay, good. Okay, I talked about people asking me questions when I'm on stage. So I started mine first started when it came to church. People always ask me, oh, your ankles are swole. Oh, your ankles swole. Oh. So me wearing dresses to church all the time, then they got so many questions. Then when it came to offering, sometimes I wouldn't even get up. I wouldn't even get up because I didn't want anybody, all the questions that I get sometimes, my feet were swole. And sometimes my feet were swole and I wouldn't go to church. So I was like, okay, devil, you're a lie. I'm not going to let that stop me from going to church. So sometimes I will wear pants, even though they say come as you are. And, these days churches didn't care if you wore pants, but it was just a mental thing for me because I grew up and never wearing pants to church. So it was hard for me to adjust to. So I had to adjust though, how long? Okay. So Bonnie says, how long have you had it? Guess what? I'm 57 years old and I got it in my 20s. Yep. And I got it in my late 20s, and guess what? When I got it, when I got the first blood clot in my leg, that blood clot was the size of an egg. when I went to the doctor. I got a stick shift. I thought that I had pulled a muscle from switching gears, so that's why I thought that, that swelling, but when it swelled up so bad, it was hurting so bad and it was turning purple, when I went to the doctor, the nurse yelled at me because she was like, that's what's wrong with our people. Why you just now come to the doctor? Ah. So I had to go to the doctor for over 2.5 weeks every day because they had to watch it break up to make sure it didn't break up to go to my heart. So then when I got another blood clot in the other leg within 6 months. And the main thing I had to get off of was birth control. So I had to get off birth control. And that was one of the side effects from there. But so it had damaged my veins from having a clot in them. So then that's when once your circulation stops working to a certain degree, that's how lymphedema sets in. So when lymphedema sets in, lymphedema is basically telling you that everybody has fluid running through their whole body. Okay. What goes up, goes down, come back up. Well, if it's not moving at the same pace, that's how the lymphedema sets in, where something is working slower than another part. So now you have fluid that has a backup. So now what's going up is not catching up to what's going down. And that's why you had a fluid sitting there. That's the easiest way I can explain it. Okay. Do you have flares a lot? Yes, I do. Daily. Yes, I do daily. And that's the reason why when she wears tennis shoes, when I see Wendy Williams wearing tennis shoes, I'm like, okay, but see, I'm not that bold to be wearing no tennis shoes every day when I can't wear high tops. I wear a lot of the high top tennis, not all the way up, but I wear the 3/4, they call them 3/4 high. I wear a lot. I wear those a lot. The reason why I wear it because it goes over your ankle. So when it goes over your ankle, people can't really see that's swole. But if you have something that your ankle's out, people are going to see your ankle swell. So that's when the questions come in. Okay. And it's not an easy thing to deal with. Because you just think of this. If you had a situation and you had to keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over, even though someone might ask you the same question nicer than somebody prior asked you, it's the point of you just so tired of repeating yourself that you might snap at the last person asks you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not a good thing. I just learned, like me as a comedian, I just learned how to make jokes about it. As far as when people ask me, So, and that was Wendy Williams' advice to me. She told me, she says, if I was, because she go, I see you have yours covered up, and I said I do, because I covered mine. And she didn't, and I told her, and she said, by you doing stand up, that should be your first joke. Make a joke about it. And I said, I don't joke about it because I don't want to bring the attention there. But I did a show last year. That was my first time making a joke about it. It came out okay. Bonnie, thank you. I appreciate you too. Hit that thumbs up. Bonnie, did you see how I did that? I put it down there. All you had to do was click on it and come up. I'm going to get off here about 2 minutes. So if you have a chance to click on and you have a question to ask, more than welcome to go ahead and pop up. And before I pop out, don't forget, hit that like button. Don't forget, you're more than welcome to share. Don't forget, just support a sister. I appreciate that. And don't forget, I'm too blessed for any mess. So I don't like mess. So anybody being messy, please tell them to stay wherever they at, over wherever they at. Okay. Okay. Shoe turn is, I think you meant whose turn. Whose turn is it Friday? Okay. The whose turn is it Friday is Gio's turn. It's Gio's turn this Friday. So this Friday it would be Gio's turn on Gio's channel. Okay. I love you too, Miss Bonnie. Love you. Okay. And it'll be Gio's turn on this Friday. It's fun. Like I said, last Friday, I don't know, somebody, some stuff was said, and it's like if I dare, if I do, if I dare, if I don't. Because if somebody asks me a question and I don't answer it, then she ran from the question. Somebody asks me a question and I say not the way they want to hear it. Okay. But what people fail to realize is still my channel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. If I'm trying to hurt somebody's feelings, trust me, you will know. Because I don't hold back when I try to hurt your feelings. Okay. Oh, thank you. So Hennessy say I always enjoy the channel. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay. Everybody click a thumbs up before you head out. And I'm going to head out. Now, when I say head out, I mean head out to do some other stuff. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope that clarifies some stuff. Like I said, when it comes to Wendy Williams, if she does need a break, I wish she would take a break. But I wish she would take a break off of dating too. I think you need to date yourself. After any time you're dealing with a long relationship, the first person you should be dating is yourself. The only time that you're going to get over a long relationship that was a long time in your life, if you have somebody else waiting. You get over one man and get under another one, that's a whole different story. That's a whole different story. That's all I'm going to say on that, okay? But as far as I'm saying, as far as showing love, love yourself. Show you love yourself. Stop looking for somebody to show you love. It works out just fine, okay? All right, everybody. You have a nice night, and peace and love to everybody, all right? I'm out of here. I'm Old Val Comedian. I'm out.